Nurse? Nurse? Something wrong.
Steve, what's going on?
It's my dad. There's something wrong with him.
It's all right. We'll sort it.
Mum, he can't breathe.
No, you just stay here a minute. It's the tube in his throat, that's all. Don't worry.
You sure?
Yeah, it happened yesterday as well.
Oh, I thought he was...
I know. It freaked me out first time I saw it. Don't worry, he'll be fine in a minute. Everybody's asking about you. Over in Rovers, they were all saying, hey, tell Jim we can't wait till he comes walking in here. They're all hoping. I wish I knew if you could hear me. You know, looking at you like this takes me back to when we were first married. And in them days, I thought you were wonderful. I was so much in love with you. Sometimes in the night, when you were fast asleep, I'd put my lamp on and I'd just look at you. Just like I am doing now. And I'd think, wake up, Jim. Just like I'm doing now. Oh, Jim. Jim, can you hear me? Nurse! Nurse! He moved his head. I didn't imagine it, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I believe you.
I was just talking to him, and then all of a sudden he turned to me. So he must be able to hear me, mustn't he?
Well,
surely to God, that's a good sign.
Possibly, but don't get your hopes up too high, Mrs. McDonald.
Why not?
Well, it's not uncommon for a coma patient to move, but usually it's what they call an involuntary muscle action. Doesn't mean he's coming out of the coma.
Right. But he did move his head. What are you doing?
Just looking at him, that's all.
Yeah. Take a good long look, Steve. Because this is your doing.
This was an accident.
No, he was an accident. Waiting to happen the state he got into. And it's your fault.
I'll give it a rest, will you?
All you had to do was make it up with him. But oh no. You wouldn't even give him the time of day, never mind a job. If you'd taken him on when he asked you to, none of this would have happened. Endless drinking, neglecting himself.
Oi! I am sick of hearing that all this is my fault. It wasn't me that slept with his best pal, was it? Made his life a misery. Got him put in the nick and then divorced him. Now you don't like it, do you? So stop having a go at me because you, more than me, made him end up like this.
You're talking as if he were dead.
Well, he may as well be.
Sorry I'm late. I went to spark out.
Well, I said it was death to stay up all night, no?
What's been happening?
Nothing. Like what?
Well, has he moved at all? Made any sound? Anybody been in to see him?
The nurse with the curly hair and the blue uniform.
Did she say anything?
No.
Do you know, that's what I can't stand. They don't tell you what's going on.
Well, maybe there's nothing to tell, Mum. I mean, it doesn't look very good to me.
Don't say that.
I'm just being realistic.
They must know something, all these machines.
Maybe he's not in a coma at all.
What do you mean? Of course he is.
Well, maybe he's just getting his own back. Pretending. Letting us all sweat a little bit while he just lies there keeping stum. It's the first time in his life.
I'm not having you talk like that in front of him. What do you mean, getting his own back?
You've got to remember, these are still early days.
But it's been nearly a fortnight.
Even so. As yet, there aren't enough indicators to tell us how long the recovery will take.
But he will recover, won't he?
There's no reason to suppose we won't.
Completely.
Well, as I said, at this stage we don't have enough to go on, so I can't make specific promises, but I've known many cases where a total or almost total recovery is made.
Even when they've been in the state that Jim's in, for as long as he has.
Oh, yes. Even months. In extreme cases, more than a year.
But it won't be that long for Jim, will it? Is there something you're not telling me?
We're doing everything we can, Mrs. McDonald. As soon as there's any significant progress, or otherwise, rest assured, you'll be informed. It's not in our interest for you to be kept in the dark, and you won't be. I promise you.
Right. Thank you. I'm sorry, but, well, what if he stays like this month after month? Or supposing it gets worse and you say there's no hope?
It's far too premature to discuss that at this stage.
No, but I need to know. I need to be prepared for the worst.
Nothing will be done without your consent.
What do you mean?
Just that.
What, turn the machines off, you mean?
Look, it's quite possible he'll come out of his coma within a few days. And if he does, it's quite likely he'll make a good recovery.
Will his memory be affected?
Not necessarily.
So he'll be able to remember exactly what happened? I mean, when he fell.
My advice is sit tight and wait. Be optimistic, but at the same time be prepared for whatever happens.
But you promise you won't do anything without our permission?
Absolutely. That decision can only be made by the next of kin.
See, there you go, Mum. Nothing to worry about. You call the shots.
Yeah. But I'm not next to kin, Steve. You are. So it's your decision.
You hear me, Dad? The doctor said she can pull through. Make a full recovery and everything, you know, walking, speech, memory and all that. Listen, about when you fell, I didn't know it was going to turn out like that, and I'm sorry. You do believe I'm sorry, don't you? I mean, I want you to forgive me. I don't think I could live with that. You not forgiving me. Well, can't you switch or something? Make some kind of movement to show that you forgive me. Well, what do you expect, eh? Full of booze, climbing up a scaffolding. Any court in the land would say it was your own fault. You only had yourself to blame. You're just looking for trouble. Well, that's you all over, isn't it? Anything to cause me more grief. Well, you couldn't have sounded it better, could you? Put me through all this. I'd probably turn to drink myself now and probably end up like you. Eh? Honestly, why should I feel guilty for the rest of my life? I'm not the guilty one here, it's you. If anything happens to you, it is not my fault. Do you hear me? I'm not the one to blame for this. Not me, you.
What's going on? What's all the shouting about?
Oh, you won't understand. Well, I'm so surprised to see you.
You got me all wrong last night.
I don't think so.
I was upset. Hey, I don't want us to fall out. We're all this got.
Any joy?
No. You know, He had that moustache first day I met him. Swaggering down County Road in his uniform with his mates. What the first thing I noticed about him? That the twinkle in his eye. He looks smaller, doesn't he? Shorter, thinner, everything about him.
Even his fists.
What's the first thing you remember?
I don't know. Me and Andy were about 4. Playing horsey on his knee. I think it was him. I can't remember his face now. And at that time we went to Ireland for Christmas. And him and Uncle Bill fell into the Christmas tree. What, have I said something wrong?
He was a good dad. You won't let yourself believe it, will you?
Mum, you asked me what I remember and that was it. I'm not slagging him off. That was one of the best Christmases we ever had, that.
Yeah, but the only bit you remember is him getting drunk and acting daft.
Well, that's all I remember of him. I'm trying to make him into a saint.
How could I? I divorced him, didn't I? As you were so keen to remind me. But I'm not going to let a piece of paper make me forget the good things.
Yeah, and me.
Steve, you've been at each other's throats for months.
So,
even if you are his next of kin,
oh, Mum, not this again.
you're the last person they should be talking to about pulling the plug. Go. It's obvious you don't want to be here.
Right. I suppose one martyr in the family is enough.
I hope we can't hear you.
Why, he'd probably agree with me. Didn't he pride himself on being plain-speaking Jim? You know what makes me laugh? You still blame me for everything that's happened, and it was all his fault.
Oh, no, Steve. We've been over this time and time again. It was an accident.
No, look. There was nothing wrong with that scaffolding. There wasn't a bolt out of place. It was him.
What was it? What? Him?
He comes out the pub, drunk, comes up the scaffolding, spoiling for a fight. He throws a punch at me. I back out the way. I mean, what else would you do? And then he slips over the edge. Didn't even need a helping hand.
No.
Yes, Mum.
No, it can't have been like that.
Yes, it was exactly like that. Look, I didn't want to tell you. Look, you think I hate his guts? Well, I don't. There's just one thing that sticks out of my mind. If it wasn't him, then it could be me lying in that bed.
Don't tell you much, do they?
Oh, I'm sorry, Liz, I'm not exactly an expert. I did a short stint on ICU.
Not exactly rewarding, is it? You don't get much back. Can I ask you something? Do you think they ever make mistakes with people like this?
How do you mean?
Well, I hope to God he can't hear us. Me and Steve have been rowing all day, again. But, well, do you think they've ever pulled the plug on somebody who might have made a complete recovery?
He's a long way off that, Liz.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I mean, I think that too, but what if he carries on like that indefinitely?
Look, Liz, it doesn't really work like that. We've got rules, laws. The consultant's got to be 110% sure. Otherwise, he could be staring a manslaughter charge in the face.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And anyway, he's responding. Not as much as we'd like him, but...
No.
So he's far from being a hopeless case. Excuse me a minute.
Suppose that's me, getting him in trouble when he should be working.
Did he say you've seen Steve today?
Yeah, he's not long gone.
Right, well, we've had the police on the phone. Want to get hold of him?
God, what's he done now? Right, I should be going. I bet you're getting sick of me droning on. Time I went and droned at Deirdre instead, eh? Hey, good news about Morgan, isn't it? It was funny seeing the three of them together like that. First time I've really believed in them as a family. Always looked like Steve were playing at it before. I remember that feeling. Like nobody could beat us because we've got each other. I suppose we still have. Not the same though, is it? Right, I think that's everything. Got my little list. New tape, soap, bunch of grapes. They're for me, keep me going. Conversation is not exactly sparkling, is it? I wish I knew what were going through your mind. You'd probably be thinking, I can see right up her nose. Oh, that skirt's too short. I wish I had £1 for every time you've said that. I'll give your Eileen a ring tonight. Let her know how you're getting on. What is it? Is it the tube? Nurse! Jim? Can you see me? Nurse, I think he's coming round.
We should have you in the clinic by the end.
Jim, are you awake? Hey, it's me. How are you feeling? Bit groggy? He's awake.
Next couple of days should see some improvement.
Do you think?
Yes.
Squeeze my hand. You did, didn't you, eh? You gave it a really good squeeze.
That's excellent. Now, I'm just going to shine a light in your eye. That's it. Now the other one. Good.
Well?
Yes. He's coming on.
Do you hear that? You're going to pull through. And I phoned Steve. He's coming in soon. He's really thrilled you're getting better. Our son, Steve. Squeeze. And again, squeeze. That's it. He's done it every time now. It's amazing when you think what it was like yesterday. Right. Now try lifting your arm. This one. That's it. Well done. See? We'll have a Mint Rovers in next to no time. And again. Come on.
Mum, listen, the doctor said not to tire him out, yeah? What? What are you saying?
Can you have something? What is it you want?
Everything all right?
It's trying to say something.
Kev.
Kevin. It just got a job with Kevin before the accident. Hey, listen. Kev says, don't worry. As soon as you're better, your job's still there for you. Well, at least he can remember that much.
That's excellent.
Is it true that when he starts remembering stuff, he can, he'll remember everything about the accident?
Well, that's often the case, yes.
But not always?
No. Sometimes patients remember everything up to the point of blackout.
Hey, Dad. How you feeling? See, they've moved that tube thing. Makes life a bit easier a bit. You've been eating, have you?
Soup.
Got some more? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Right. All right. Right. So, but it hurts you to talk still, yeah? Well, it's bound to for a couple of days, isn't it? So you, still can't remember anything? How you got here, or to the site, the accident? He still can't remember anything.
Can I have a word? As I told you, it will all take time.
Well, is there a chance he'll never remember?
Well, the longer this amnesia lasts, the less likely he is ever to recall the details of what happened to him.
All right.
But don't stop prompting. Anything you say might just hit a nerve. Help him put the pieces back together. Could be very useful.
Just guide this halfway around Weatherfield.
Oh, that's great. Well done.
Right, built-in aerial. Can't vouch for the picture, though.
It's fantastic.
Thanks very much, son.
Ah, it's all right, Dad. And I'll be only too happy to take it home. The sooner we get you back, the better.
Yes, but not until he's back on his feet.
Well, that won't be long. He's been like a teenager today, ain't you?
They're really pleased that he's eating.
Love you down that gym, working out.
Say, catch yourself on, son, will you?
What?
Well, I might be knackered, but I'm not senile.
What are you on about?
It's my back that's faulty, not my brain.
Sorry.
We didn't do it on purpose.
That's even worse.
We're just glad to see you back with us.
Yeah, well, look, listen to me. I'm going to get better, all right? So I'd appreciate it if the pair of you started treating me like you normally do.
What, slugging you off, you mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I mean. And thanks for the telly, son. If I turn it on, it means I've had enough. You can go.
If, on the other hand, you're prepared to focus totally
I think
on
he's
what you're
asleep.
doing and flatter yourself that you have a precise
Yeah?
touch with
Right.
machinery...
I'll give you a lift on then.
You know, there was a time back there when I thought,
Yeah, well, he's all right now.
yeah. And if it's ought to do with me, it'll stay that way.
It'll have to do with you. He'll be entering the London Marathon. See you, Dad.
Is he asleep?
Yeah, it's back out.
And we're going for a drink.
Before you do go, do you think you could spare me a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Do you remember me saying we'd done some tests? Taken some pictures of Jim the other day, just to see exactly what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the results.
And?
He has a fractured lumbar spine.
What does that mean?
His spinal cord's been severely damaged. It's a very unstable injury. Physiotherapy will help with his mobility, but in the meantime, he's going to require a wheelchair.
A wheelchair?
Yes.
What, you mean just to help out, so he's back on his feet?
That would be the optimistic outcome.
What?
The worst scenario, Mrs. McDonald, is that your husband may not regain the use of his legs. Now, I'm not saying this will happen, but you have to face the facts that he may never walk again.
I don't get up down at all. Not for a while, anyway. Watch the TV Stephen brought me. Apart from that... Gary, listen. Give us a hand, will you? There's something that no one's able to tell me.
What?
What the hell I'm doing here in the first place?
You had an accident.
An accident? Yeah, I had an accident. Where? What accident? Gary, come on. You know something you're not telling me, don't you?
I don't know, Jim. Steve said not to talk about it.
Gary, I'm not a child.
You had a fall. You fell off some scaffolding.
What, at work?
One of Steve's building sites.
I just fell.
Well, nobody's certain what happened for sure.
And why the hell can't I remember?
I don't know. Sometimes you just blank these things out, don't you?
Steve's told you not to say anything.
Oh, he didn't want you upsetting. You leave it to time, it'll come back.
Hey, I do remember one thing.
What?
You and me, drinking partners, eh?
Yeah.
The Rovers, Jack and V.
They're thinking about you, Jim.
We took their staircase out.
We did. We had a laugh.
Well, I'll tell you one thing and I'll tell you no more. We'll have a load more laughs when I get out of here.
Of course we will, Jim. I'm looking forward to it.
Steve, Gary said something about an accident.
Yeah, that's right.
So why didn't you tell me?
Well, just wait until you felt better, and that's all.
What happened?
You came to see me at the Victoria Street flats.
Gary said something about scaffolding.
Yeah, you came up to see me.
Go on, go on. Tell me what happened.
Well, it's nothing. I just didn't want you to feel bad. Well, what happened before you fell wasn't very nice.
Feel bad about what?
You were angry with me, and, well, you've been drinking and...
Angry? Angry about what?
Well, we hadn't exactly been seeing eye to eye with each other, but you can't blame yourself for that.
Stephen, you might tell me what happened. No, Elizabeth, come on, Stephen, I want to know.
Well, we hadn't been getting on over lots of things for ages, and... Well, he let fly at me, and then he slipped.
What, I had a dig at you? Oh. Why can't I remember any of this?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. It matters to me, Elizabeth. I'm used to being in control. Now my bloody brain doesn't work. I'm stuck here. It's driving me daft, so it is.
You've been in a coma for 2 weeks. It's going to take time.
Oh, time. When have I heard that before? What time? How much time? Have they told me when I can go home yet?
No.
Well, just listen to me. I've never been one for lying about doing nothing, and I don't intend to start now, okay?
Yeah.
Understood? All right. Steve and I haven't got a clue what this row is about. But I need your help to find out. Will you help me?
Yeah, sure.
Good. So, I've got both your support then?
We're behind you.
Right. Because I'll tell you one thing. I intend to be out of here before too much longer. You watch me.
I'm coming. How are you feeling now, Jim?
Like a total stranger to myself, Doc. I can't remember anything.
Still very hazy, is it?
Sure, it's a total blank. It's doing my head in.
Jim, just listen a minute. Dr. Cole needs to tell you something.
Put you in the picture, Jim. About your mobility.
You mean my legs, Doctor?
Yes. I have to prepare you for the possibility that you might not regain all or even any use of them.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a fractured lumbar spine, Jim. It's an unstable injury. And as I've explained to your family, I can't guarantee what we can achieve.
All your horses, Doctor. You saying I might be paralyzed for the rest of my life?
Well, obviously we'll give you a full course of physiotherapy and we hope you'll make a full recovery. But as I said, at this stage, I simply can't predict the outcome. What it will mean, certainly to begin with, is a wheelchair. But you can be sure a big factor of you getting out of it will be your own determination. Well, you'll want to talk together, so...
Thank you. Jim. Jim, please say something. Please.
And what exactly would you like me to say, Elizabeth?
Just talk to me. Tell me how you feel. There's still hope, isn't there? Every hope. Hey, a fighter like you. And I'll help you. And Steve will, won't you?
And what are you going to help me to do, eh? You going to help me to push my wheelchair?
We'll do whatever you need us to. We've already been round to the house and cleaned it up, ready for you. Haven't we? You don't need to worry about a thing.
Plus is the OT.
Yeah, there's an occupational therapist going to come in and a social worker. You'll get all the support going. He will, won't he?
You can stuff your wheelchair. You can stuff your social workers and your bloody therapists. And your precious support. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life a cripple, not for any of you, not me. If that's the best my life's got to offer, then I'll top myself, I swear to God I will. If that's the best my life's got to offer, then you can stuff it.
Hiya.
Alice.
How are you feeling?
You really want to know?
Hey, this is me. I'll start again. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling very, very sorry for myself, if you must know. I spent all night lying in here, asking myself, why me? Over and over again, why me? And just as the dawn came up, I think I got the answer. You want to hear it?
If you want to tell me.
It's dead simple, really. Why not? Why not me? After all, I haven't done a damn thing to warrant any special consideration or nick any piece of special luck that's lying about, have I? So why the hell shouldn't it be me?
Jim, you're talking as if you're finished. The doctor said...
Yes. The doctor said the use of my legs for walking might be finished. I was there, I heard him, remember?
Yeah, he also said the way it turns out could be down to you. Depending on how much you care about getting back to the way you were.
The way I was, eh? Drunk. It's hardly worth struggling for, is it?
There's only you can answer that. But you've always had guts, Jim. It wouldn't be you to just let go and give in. You've got a lot of faults, but you've never been a quitter.
So, have they said when you can go home?
No, not to me, they haven't. I don't know what they've said to your mother.
No, they haven't said anything to me. Hey, I don't have talks with the doctor that you don't know about.
Had crossed my mind.
All I know is what you know.
You're chucking out. You best be on your way.
Right, I'll come again tomorrow.
Only if you've got the time, son. Make sure you look after that business.
How'd you lift home, man?
Oh, yeah, great, thanks. Right, I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll be here.
You go. I'll catch you up in a minute.
Okay. See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
I just wanted to say, what you said to Steve, it was really nice.
Oh, well, it's nice the lad to offer.
Yeah, even with all the battles you've had, you can tell how much he thinks of you.
Yeah. I couldn't let him take on that, though.
Jim, when you do go home, this is up to you, but I'd be more than willing to help out. I mean, you know, I'll come in every day, clean up, do whatever needs doing. Like I said, I'm not pushing myself.
Stephen's waiting. You best be getting on.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Elizabeth. Thanks very much.
Are you awake?
Yeah, I've been awake for a bit. I thought I was on my own.
No, sorry, I just went for a cup of tea.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate you giving up so much of your time.
Don't be daft.
Daft's the word, all right, isn't it, eh? I hear Stephen talking about the accident. It was like he was talking about somebody else.
Why worry about it? It's over.
I can remember Fiona. She keeps coming into my head. Would that be something to do with it?
I don't know, I didn't say. You do know that the two of them are back together?
Oh, that's good then.
And do you remember that Kev offered you a job at the garage?
Yeah, I used to work there before.
Yeah, that's right, a year or two back.
So I gotta look forward to going back to working for Baldwin, You better give me another whack in the head.
No. Kev owns the garage. He has done for ages. He offered you the job. You're a good mechanic, Jim.
I'm gonna be a good analyst. My legs don't work. I can't even remember why I'm lying here, for God's sake. Liz, when you seen Dr. Cole last, what did he say about my memory?
Well, he said that you might remember some things sooner than later, but other things you might not remember at all.
It's important. I have to remember about the accident. It's important.
Why? Steve told you what happened.
Don't you think I should try and make some sense as to why I'm lying here?
Hey.
What about you, son? Listen, you can help me out here.
Your dad's just asking about the accident.
Do you think that's wise?
I need to know, Stephen. It's important to me. What were we lying about?
I can't remember. So you're not the only one, eh?
Was it about Fiona?
Look, it doesn't matter, does it? We've told you everything you need to know anyway. You came up to see me, you slipped, you fell.
Yeah. That's my problem here. See, that's you telling me.
What, you're saying you don't believe me or something?
No. I don't know. What I'm saying is it's important to me. I need to remember. Look, I'm lying here, my legs don't work. If nothing else, at least I can get my brain to work. Because I promise you this, son. By the time I leave here, I want to remember every last second before I hit the ground. Every last second.
I thought you'd be awake by now.
You in a hurry?
No, I've got to meet Fiona later. But...
You go. You don't need to hang around. Just get a bit boring.
Listen, Mum, would you be bothered if I went away for a couple of weeks?
Away? Where?
Well, Fiona's still a little bit edgy. She thinks Morgan's going to disappear every time she turns her back. She needs a holiday, you know.
You do whatever you like. It's fine by me.
I don't want to leave you with too much on your plate.
Well, I think he's going to be in hospital for a while yet. All I do is just stand and watch.
No, I'm not sure.
Listen, if your dad knew what had happened to that baby, he'd want you to set Fiona away.
I think so.
I'm sure he would.
We'll only be for a couple of weeks in the sun somewhere. Well, I'll ask her. See what she says.
Steve had to go. Been here hours.
Brought me some food.
You should try and eat.
I don't want it.
Come on, just have a taste, a mouthful, eh?
Look, Elizabeth, if you want it, you eat it, okay?
Shall I help you with it?
Oh, come on, what are you going to do? Put it in my gob? I'm not a baby, you know.
I know, but you can't hold your knife and fork properly,
Well,
can you?
give it back to the wee nursey over there. She brought it, so she did.
Look, Jim, everybody's just trying to help.
Oh, well, I needn't bother.
They want you to get well.
Well, if they want me to get well, tell them to stop treating me like an invalid, okay?
I know it's frustrating, but you need to get your strength back.
I don't want it. Besides, I'm not going to get my legs back, am I?
Well, it's early days yet. Nobody's sure.
Oh, one thing they're sure of is I'll not be walking again.
Well, you might or you might not. But you need your strength, so you need your food.
I don't want it.
Well, losing your temper ain't going to help at all, is it? That's what got you here in the first place.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Yes, you did. You said my temper got me here in the first place.
I didn't mean it.
Yes, you did.
Leave it.
No, I won't leave it. What did you say, Elizabeth? You said my temper got me here in the first place. Come on, please. This is my accident. These are my legs that don't work. Tell me what happened, Liz, please. Please.
You went to the building site. You wouldn't leave. You were drunk. You wanted to fight him.
God, I can see it now. How many times do I have to do the same bloody thing?
You were bragging that Kevin Webster had offered you a job and your own son had refused you. So you were rubbing his nose in it?
You said I'd been drinking.
Yeah.
So I was blocked.
You were, yeah.
I can see it now, and I just shut my mouth off again. Same as always.
Steve thinks it's his fault. He thinks he could have stopped you from falling.
Well, it sounds to me like I'd have pulled him over anyway.
It's full of guilt, Jim.
Well, he's a fool. Tell him he's no reason to feel guilty.
Oh, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't mean a thing.
Well, he's hardly going to accept it coming from me, is he?
He's frightened. He's scared you won't walk again.
Oh, it's no more than I deserve.
Jim, it was a stupid accident, that's all. You were drunk. You don't deserve this.
I don't know whether I want to get out of this bed ever again.
Well, maybe you don't. But do it for your son. God, you gave us a scare. I'm still shaking, thinking about it.
Yeah, well, it was a bit of a surprise to me, too.
Not that much of a surprise, really.
What do you mean?
You probably brought it on yourself. You're hardly the ideal patient.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to relax and try and get better. You're like a...
Impatient.
Dead funny, son.
Look, I think what Mum's trying to say is you've just got to chill out a bit, Dad. You've got to forget what happened and concern yourself with the future.
What future's that?
The future you've got to carve out for yourself. The future where we're going to be working with you. The future we want with you.
Oh, I see, that future.
Come on, Dad.
Stephen, go and get me a cup of tea. I could do with a real drink, mind you.
No, you couldn't. You've had quite enough of that.
Oh, come on, what would you know about it? I'm sorry. It's all this getting to me.
We'll get you through it.
Tell you the truth, Liz, I'm frightened.
Have they given you any idea when you might be able to come home yet?
I saw the consultant this morning, so I did.
And?
Well, he says as long as there's no hitches, then I can get out in a couple of days or something.
You had me worried sick there. Why didn't you tell me? That's brilliant news.
Don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm not looking forward to getting out of this place. It's just... Well, he starts asking funny questions, you know, like where do you live and who's going to be there to look after you? I mean, after all, I'm going to be in a wheelchair.
Me and Steve are going to look after you. We've been through all this.
Look, I don't want to be a burden to you, Elizabeth. I don't want to be a burden to Stephen or anyone else either.
You won't be a burden. We want to help.
Well, that's very nice of you. But I'm sure you can't relish the prospect of looking after...
No, Jim, I don't want to hear this.
But listen, Elizabeth, you can't...
Jim, we want to look after you because we care about you. And the only thing that's going to stop us caring about you is you ranting on like this. Understood?